Esther Anderson was born 4th August 1943. She is a Jamaican filmmaker, photographer, and actress, sometimes listed in credits as Esther Anderson. Anderson was born in the parish of St. Mary on the north coast of Jamaica. Her father, Randolph Wymess Anderson, was an architect and planter. Her mother, Mae Mahon, belonged to a well-established Indian community in St. Mary. Esther studied at Highgate High School in Highgate, Jamaica, and at the Quaker Finishing School, where she joined the St. John Ambulance Brigade. At the age of 14, she moved to Kingston to live with her paternal grandmother at the family home in Halfway Tree. Organizers of a 1960 Miss Jamaica beauty contest invited her to participate as Miss Four Aces. At this time, she met former Governor of Jamaica, Hugh Foote, his aide-de-camp, Chris Blackwell, Premier Norman Manley, and Jamaica's first Prime Minister, Alexander Bustamante. The jury awarded her the first prize, but changed it to third prize while Anderson was still on stage after realizing she was underage. Anderson's father was angry she had entered the contest. This, and the excessive public attention following the contest, led Anderson to use the prize proceeds to travel to England. In July 1961, Anderson arrived in London, where she began modeling for the artist Aubrix Ricks, an illustrator for Woman's Own magazine, whom she had met in Kingston with Dr. Ken McNeil. She studied drama at the Actors' Workshop in London. She combined her studies with a modeling career, doing photo shoots and commercials for Africa and Asia. She was tested and won the contract for a series of commercials as the dancing girl advertising Kent's Doncella cigars. She was offered a role in a documentary film by Joe Manel, who was a producer-journalist for the television program Panorama. The film was directed by Ricardo Aragno. They filmed part of the scenes at the Crazy Elephant Club, where Anderson worked as a DJ at nights. As a dancer, she had trained with Trinidadian Bosco Holder, brother of Jeffrey Holder, while going to drama school. Anderson and her sister Thelma, later Tiffany Anderson, auditioned for the producer Elkin Allen and director Michael Lindsay Hogg, and they teamed up as dancers and choreographers for Ready, Steady, Go, the #1 pop show on British television at the time. They appeared as the Anderson sisters, with the Rolling Stones, the Animals, the Walker Brothers, Sonny and Cher, Kathy McGowan, and Donovan. Anderson was offered a part in a film that Marty Ransohoff was making in Europe called The Sandpiper, 1965. Island Records. Anderson helped to develop the Jamaican music label Island Records from the early 1960s, selling Jamaican records with Chris Blackwell from a Mini Cooper, writing lyrics, taking stock, and promoting and managing all the Jamaican artists that went through Island Records, including Millie Small, Jimmy Cliff, and Bob Marley and the Wailers. Anderson took iconic photographs of Marley, Peter Tosh, and Bunny Wailer and contributed lyrics to the albums Catch a Fire, Burnin', and Natty Dread. Acting career. In parallel with her photography and work with Island Records, Anderson steadily developed a career as an actress. She secured roles in a number of early 1960s British television shows, including Dixon of Dock Green and The Avengers. She played roles in movies such as Henry Levin's Genghis Khan for Columbia Pictures, Robert Freeman's The Touchables for 20th Century Fox, Ted Kotcheff's Two Gentlemen Sharing, Jerry Lewis's One More Time for United Artists, and Sidney Poitier's A Warm December for First Artists. In this Warm December, 1973, film, her role of an African princess won her an NAACP Image Award for Best Actress in 1973. She helped to launch the film industry in Jamaica, acting as co-producer of the film The Harder They Come, 1972. urging director Perry Hensel to give the lead to local Jimmy Cliff, rather than to American Johnny Nash. She coached Cliff for the partly autobiographical role and organized financing for the soundtrack, bringing in Chris Blackwell to put up the $5,000 needed to complete the film, as well as releasing the soundtrack on Island Records, 1973. Photography. Her photographic collection was exhibited at the Photographers Gallery in London. She is also represented by Bill Gates's agency Corbis and the Stephen Bulger Gallery in Toronto. Anderson continues to develop her work as a photographer and documentary maker. She has been exhibited by La Tête Gallery in Paris, curated by Galard Millionaire, the Photographers Gallery in London, the Stephen Bulger Gallery in Toronto, Canada, and in the Caribbean by Nikki Michelin in Antigua. Her portraits include as subjects Louise Bennett, Marlon Brando, Bob Marley, Amanda Lear, Catherine Deneuve, Prince Charles, Prince of Wales, Denzel Washington, Jacques Chirac. Filmmaking career. As a filmmaker, Anderson's first film, Short Ends, was an official selection at the 1976 Edinburgh Film Festival. She researched the lives of people of color at the Library of Congress, Washington, D.C., developing the idea of making films on positive role models. The first of these films, The Three Dumas, the story behind The Count of Monte Cristo, was produced in collaboration with architect Jean Godoy under the banner of Trenhorn Films, UK, and is a dramatized documentary about novelist Alexandre Dumas and his ancestors, the grandson of the French Marquis de la Pailletterie and an enslaved African. Dumas overcame all the obstacles of prejudice to become a role model of contemporary literature. Anderson herself portrays General Toussaint Louverture, leader of the Haitian Revolution. The avant-premiere of The Three Dumas took place in 2005 in France at Villers-Cotterêts, birthplace of Dumas, to coincide with the inauguration of a statue of him in the presence of the French Minister of Culture. The UK premiere took place in 2007 at the Museum of London Docklands, coinciding with the inauguration of the new Sugar and Slavery Gallery during the bicentenary commemorations of the 1807 abolition of the Slave Trade Act. Other screenings around the world include the British Film Institute, Canadian Museum of Civilization, McCord Museum, Massachusetts Historical Society, McCormick Tribune Freedom Museum, University of Leeds, University of Nottingham, University of Birmingham, Centro Cultural Palacio La Moneda, V&A, and an official selection at the Portobello Film Festival. Bob Marley, The Making of a Legend. The second film of her trilogy, Bob Marley, The Making of a Legend, in collaboration with Jean Godoy, was screened as work in progress at the British Film Institute NFT1 on the 19th of March, 2011. It is based on footage Anderson shot in the early 1970s that was lost for more than 30 years. In a 2013 interview, Anderson said, "12 years ago, I got my footage back. One day, a man came to interview me from Channel 4, and I saw the footage and said, 'That's mine.' He said he'd found the film reels in a garage in Canada. They were completely destroyed and had to be baked to bring the images back. The film is a kaleidoscopic portrait, with the narrator taking the viewer on a journey to the Caribbean islands, to Jamaica, and into 56 Hope Road, Kingston, to see and hear the young Bob Marley before he was famous. While exploring the powerful relationship between Anderson and Marley, the film shows the Wailers' first rehearsal, when the idea of a Jamaican supergroup such as the Beatles or the Rolling Stones was still just a dream, and sits in on the launch of their international career with Get Up, Stand Up, I Shot the Sheriff, and the groundbreaking Burnin' and Catch a Fire albums that brought together reggae music and Rastafari consciousness, starting a revolution that would change rock music and contemporary world culture. This musical documentary was chosen to commemorate the 30th anniversary of Marley's passing in film festivals around the world, including official selection at the Edinburgh International Film Festival 2011, official selection at Jamaica's Reggae Film Festival 2011, winning a UNESCO Honor Award, official selection at the Rhode Island International Film Festival 2011, official selection at the Doc Miami International Film Festival 2011, official selection at the Festival de Cine Documental de la Ciudad de México 2001, official selection at the Buffalo International Film Festival 2011, official selection at the Hawaii International Film Festival 2011, Bob Marley Charity Gala New York premiere at the Tribeca Cinemas in Manhattan, sponsored by Caribbean Education Foundation CEO Nikiki Bogle, official selection at the Festival Internacional de Cine de Valdivia 2011. Bob Marley, The Making of a Legend, had its London premiere at the British Film Institute, NFT1, on 17th December 2011. Awards and Honours. In 1976, Anderson received the Trendsetter Award at a ceremony organised by Billboard magazine on behalf of Denny Cordell of Mango Records and Chris Blackwell of Island Records in New York for introducing reggae to the American market. In 1981, the mayor of Memphis, Tennessee, made Anderson an honorary citizen for her contribution to films and music. In 2015, she received the Voice of a Woman Distinction Award for outstanding contributions to film in a career that has spanned over 50 years. In 2016, Councilwoman Barbara Kramer presented Anderson with an official city proclamation declaring the 26th of February as Esther Anderson Community Arts Day on behalf of the City of North Miami Beach Cultural Committee, for encouraging cultural events that celebrate music, film, and photography, and for her dedication to the arts over the past 40 years. Esther Anderson, the Jamaican actress, filmmaker, and photographer, continues to contribute significantly to the arts. In May 2024, she presented an exhibition titled Through the Lens of Esther Anderson, Bob Marley, The Early Years, at the Muswell Hill Gallery in London. This exhibition showcased 20 rare and intimate photographs of Bob Marley from the early 1970s, capturing moments before his rise to international fame. Anderson's connection with Marley began in 1972, when she co-founded Island Records and played a pivotal role in promoting reggae music and the Rastafarian message globally. Her photographs offer a unique perspective on Marley's early career and their personal relationship during that period. Beyond her work with Marley, Anderson has had a distinguished career in film and photography, including co-producing the film The Harder They Come, 1972, and creating the musical documentary Bob Marley, The Making of a Legend, which received a UNESCO Honor Award. As of March 2025, Anderson remains active in the arts, sharing her rich cultural heritage and experiences through various creative endeavors. She was former girlfriend of Bob Marley. She currently lives and works in London and Paris. Esther Anderson's legacy as an actress, filmmaker, and photographer continues to inspire generations. From shaping the image of reggae music to breaking barriers in film, her work remains a testament to the power of storytelling and cultural preservation. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more inspiring stories. Thanks for watching.